Have you thought about why sometimes you see two businesses that are in the same geographic location and everything's the same, and one of them is just doing awesome and killing it, and the other one is a total disaster and everything's just going sideways? And have you thought about why that is? Because it really comes down to one thing. So I just had a visit with two of my coaching clients, and they're in the same building. Actually, everything's the same. They both went to dental school. They both own dental businesses, and one office is just doing fantastic, and the other one is constantly struggling with a million things. One office is just always, fully staffed, very busy. Everything's going well. Their financials are great. Their staff's really happy, and they never have any staffing issues, and things are just running great. And the other doctor just down the hall is just constantly short on staff, constantly having money issues, just the staff are leaving, high turnover and things like that. And I've been thinking about this for years to see why that is, and I came to realize it really comes down to one thing. So this one thing is really positivity, and from that, what flows out of positivity is charisma. So when I look at the doctor that's doing great, or any business really, they're super positive, and when you're positive, you're super fun to hang out with, so staff wants to stay around you, and you don't have a lot of staff turnover, and also staff members refer other staff members to you, so it's easy to find new staff. And clients want to come to you. Just everything's kind of fun. I mean, when you have this positive outlook, is just everything is kind of just fun to be around you, and this is really important. And then when I look at the other office or other business that's just down the hall or across the street, that everything's being the same, it's just the owner is just so negative, and it's always the same thing. It said, oh, the economy is so bad. Oh, and no staff, nobody wants to work hard anymore. In my time, everybody, all this nonsense, total nonsense. People are not any less or more hardworking than they were 100 years ago. If you look at literature, people were lazy back 1,000 years ago. There was lazy people then, and there are lazy people now. But it's all positivity, And one thing that I know is positive people are always inward looking, and negative people are always outward looking. So positive people will say, what can I do to make my business better? What can I do to make my staff's life better? What can I do to help my customers and my patients? Negative people, always outward looking and always outward blaming. So they say oh, the economy is so bad here. Oh, that, nobody wants to work hard. It's always blaming something else for their negativity and what results from it. So what is the take-home message from here? So my take-home message for you is, if you're struggling with staffing issues, and you're struggling with your customers are transferring and going out of businesses, or you have a hard time getting customers and patients and things like that, you gotta look inward, and you gotta see how positive you are and how much charisma you have, because most likely the issue is positivity and a lack thereof. And read some books and hang out with some positive people, because if you hang out with a bunch of bums, the people who are negative, and people tend to flock together, birds of a feather flock together, and you want to have the comforting of complaining on social media, and people egg you on it, yeah, the economy is bad and people are lazy, you want to cut that stuff out. And so you're going to start hanging out with winners, and winners not going to be complaining about the economy. Even in a Great Depression, some companies still grew. People still bought Coke and cigarettes and makeup and lipstick and essential items, and some companies grew in a Great Depression. And the positive one did. The negative ones and the one that didn't have a good culture, they went bankrupt. And I saw it in 2008 too, when the economy was bad. All the offices with negative culture and businesses with negative culture suffered greatly. They got wiped out, and some of them went bankrupt. And practices who were really positive and had a charisma, and businesses that had that, they did well. They survived. Some of them even grew in a recession that we had in 2008. So if you want to get ready for the next recession, because it will come, but it's going to be up to you how well you're going to do. And I think you should focus on positivity and charisma and looking inward and see what is it that you can do to do better and to be more positive and to be more fun to be around. And watch my video when I talked about Arnold Schwarzenegger, because he's a master of this. He's very positive, has a lot of charisma, and people love being around Arnold, and he's been able to influence a lot of people around him and be a leader, and it's been a great thing. So focus on positivity and charisma, and I promise things will turn around.